Imagine stepping into a time machine, the whirring gears and flashing lights promising a journey through the annals of history. You set the controls to a bygone era, a time before your parents, even your grandparents, were born. But what if, in this journey to the past, you encounter your grandfather and, driven by some unforeseen impulse, prevent him from meeting your grandmother? This is the crux of the grandfather paradox, a thought experiment that has captivated physicists, philosophers and science fiction enthusiasts for decades. The grandfather paradox is more than just a mind-bending puzzle. It strikes at the very heart of our understanding of cause and effect, of the linear progression of time. If you were to succeed in altering the past in such a way, wouldn't it unravel the fabric of your very existence? After all, if your grandfather never met your grandmother, your parents wouldn't exist, and neither would you. The very act of travelling back in time to prevent their meeting would become an impossible act, a paradox of unimaginable proportions. At its core, the grandfather paradox is a violation of causality, the fundamental principle that every event has a cause that precedes it in time. We experience causality in our everyday lives. Flipping a switch causes the light to turn on, dropping a ball causes it to fall to the ground. This linear flow of events from cause to effect is woven into the fabric of our understanding of the universe. Time travel, particularly the ability to travel to the past, throws this orderly sequence into disarray. If we can travel backward in time, the potential arises to alter events that have already occurred, events that are causally linked to our present existence. This tampering with the past creates a ripple effect, potentially changing the present and future in ways we cannot predict. The grandfather paradox highlights the most extreme and personal consequence of this causal disruption. By preventing your grandparents from meeting, you are essentially erasing the very event that led to your existence, creating a logical inconsistency that calls into question the very possibility of time travel to the past. The grandfather paradox, with its seemingly insurmountable logical hurdle, has led some scientists to believe that backward time travel is simply impossible. If altering the past leads to such blatant contradictions, then perhaps the universe has inherent mechanisms that prevent such paradoxes from occurring. One proposed solution is that the very laws of physics conspire to protect the timeline from such disruptions. Imagine, for example, that as you attempt to alter the past, some unforeseen force or event always intervenes, preventing you from carrying out your plan. This chronology protection conjecture, as it's known, suggests that the universe has a self-preserving nature that guards against paradoxical events. Another possibility is that time travel is possible, but only in a limited capacity. Perhaps we can travel to the past, but are only able to observe events, not interact with them. This would be akin to watching a movie. We can witness the events unfolding, but have no power to change the narrative. Such limitations on our ability to influence the past would effectively circumvent the paradoxes that arise from altering events. Escaping the loop, alternate universes and branching timelines. While some theories attempt to reconcile the grandfather paradox by limiting or preventing time travel, others embrace the possibility of multiple universes or parallel timelines. In this view, traveling to the past doesn't alter your original timeline. Instead, it creates a branch, a separate universe where the altered events unfold. Imagine the moment you prevent your grandparents from meeting as a point of divergence, a cosmic fork in the road. You continue to exist in the new timeline, a universe where you were never born in the traditional sense but nevertheless exist. Your original timeline, the one where your grandparents met and you were born, continues undisturbed. This many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, while still highly speculative, offers a captivating solution to the grandfather paradox. It suggests that the universe is far vaster and more complex than we can imagine. A tapestry of infinite possibilities where every quantum measurement, every potential outcome is realized in some parallel existence. Self-consistency, the universe protects itself. Perhaps the most mind-bending solution to the grandfather paradox lies in the concept of self-consistency. This theory suggests that while time travel to the past is possible, the universe has a built-in mechanism that ensures any actions taken in the past are already woven into the fabric of its history. In essence, you wouldn't be able to prevent your grandparents from meeting because in this self-consistent model, you never did. Any attempt to alter the past would be inherently constrained by the events that led to your existence in the first place. You might, for example, be mysteriously prevented from carrying out your plan or find that your actions inadvertently contribute to your grandparents' meeting, despite your intentions. This notion of a self-consistent universe aligns with Einstein's theory of general relativity, which views time as a dimension interwoven with space to form a four-dimensional fabric. In this framework, the past, present, and future coexist, and our linear perception of time is merely an illusion. If the past is as immutable as the present, then paradoxes like the grandfather paradox simply cannot arise. Quantum quandaries, the role of uncertainty. The world of quantum mechanics, with its inherent uncertainties and probabilistic nature, offers another intriguing perspective on the grandfather paradox. At the quantum level, particles exist in a superposition of states, meaning they can be in multiple places or states simultaneously until observed. This fundamental uncertainty could play a role in resolving temporal paradoxes. Imagine, for instance, that your very act of traveling to the past creates a superposition of states, a multitude of possible timelines, each with a different outcome. In some timelines, you might succeed in preventing your grandparents from meeting, while in others, you fail. The act of observation, of your consciousness collapsing these possibilities into a single reality, could determine the ultimate outcome. This quantum perspective suggests that the grandfather paradox might not have a single definitive answer. Instead, the resolution could lie in the probabilistic nature of reality itself, where multiple possibilities coexist, and the act of observation determines the final outcome. Time's enigmatic embrace, a final thought. The grandfather paradox, despite its seemingly straightforward premise, leads us down a rabbit hole of mind-boggling possibilities. It challenges our fundamental understanding of cause and effect, of the nature of time itself. While we haven't definitively solved this paradox, the exploration itself illuminates the profound mysteries that still shroud the universe. Whether time travel to the past is possible, whether we are bound by a single, unchangeable timeline, or if our actions ripple through a multiverse of infinite possibilities, remains a source of speculation and wonder. The grandfather paradox, in its elegant simplicity, reminds us that the universe is far stranger, far more complex, and far more awe-inspiring than we can possibly imagine. Perhaps in the grand tapestry of cosmic evolution, even seemingly impossible paradoxes have a role to play, pushing the boundaries of our understanding and urging us to explore the furthest reaches of theoretical physics.